Hey guys, I'm back. Ketamine with Vanguard Elite's Evolution now. A lot of things been going on behind the scenes with work, and just had to find a squad with some good people in it. Uh, so we're finally here, and today we're going to do a hangar review since we've got a blueprint sale going on. We'll do that, and I'll show you the alt for new players on how you want to keep things grouped together and some other strategies that we've come up or finally saved, like aircraft credits. We'll get into this. So you usually want to keep 2 or 3 jets for, you see you have 3 options. The only I've maxed out everything so far except for obviously the 2 you see here. Gun cooling I don't really prioritize too much, but we're definitely going to get this arc pulse, which we have maxed out on the alt, so it's mint. And we'll go ahead and get this because even though it's a gun cooling and a lot of people don't like to buy the abilities because it's not what you want, well, you have to buy the crappy ones to get the good ones. And so what we're gonna do is I've decided to do the Typhoon as my next 8. I like it for air superiority, so we're gonna upgrade it. And we should have a blueprint waiting on us. And there it is. So that's basically the gist of when you have all your blueprints maxed out on your jets. As soon as you move one up, it's right there available for you. And we'll go to our hangar and show you from level 8 the F-18 Hornet. And what's so important about this is obviously on the ADV you got your decoy, and the JF-17 I will say, like, you only need to do 1 blueprint. It doesn't really get too much better, or the cooldown time, I've not a noticeable difference. You have to stay low to the ground with it, but these refuel mods are one of the biggest things if you're climbing with a MiG, or if you're using like the FGR-4 to head to Charlie or the far point. You want your fuel mods maxed out. On these jets like the MiG-29, I never run out of fuel. And that's really important, because how many times have you found yourself gassed out in the middle of a fight and got shot down? So this is a strategy that I use to get to Hangar 20. Instead of just upgrading jets, I upgraded the blueprints and made my jets more powerful with their abilities, and that'll get you to Hangar 20. And then you'll have plenty to choose from. We've still got a lot of work to do there, and we're going to open our flight pass and do that and see what blueprints we get live, because I always report that, or I always give you a hangar review, and then I say, well, I'm getting 7 to 11 blueprints. And granted, this is when I had 7 to 11 planes that needed blueprints a week every time there was a blueprint sale, because I would save it with the top row, unlock it on the blueprint sale, call me superstitious, and then from the blueprint sale first date to the Sunday, I would open the medium and large crates that I had saved, and that usually gave me the extra benefit of finding a lot of blueprints. Now, another thing we want to focus on here is our flight pass, because blueprints and mods And mod tokens, mod materials come at the end of your flight pass. Right, when you get these medium crates, you can often get nearly, see, we'll get into that, but a lot of these will have mod tokens at the end, and those obviously, are very important for your 20s. But here's what we're going to do to show you how we can advance on our flight pass a little quicker. We save up to 1,000 aircraft credits, and I've forgotten the math on it now, but I believe 10 aircraft credits are good for 2 levels on your mission, or something like that. We're about to find out as soon as we activate this flight pass and get to and a lot of people don't know the difference. What's the difference in the flight pass? Well, flight pass 169 just unlocks the top. The flight pass bundle, just wherever you're at, if you're at the beginning, it's just gonna give you 5 extra levels. It's got all these 15,000. There's nothing extra except for it gives you 5 free levels. If you're gonna play a lot, it's not worth it. The web store, I do highly recommend you go and buy anything that you need, gold or flight pass if you like to do that, because you'll get extra star points, which you can get icons and much more if you go to the store and check that out. So we're going to unlock our flight pass, and we'll pick some parts, and I'll show you that it matters that you don't need to get too many jets at once. Every one of these flight passes will get one of these jets parts and silver 60% of the way to 20. So that means every season and a half you're gonna be able to max out a jet. Well, you see how many seasons I have before I max out all these jets. And what's the benefit to that? Well, the benefit to that is when these parts no longer come, the only thing that you're going to see in your shop are blueprints and silver and maybe token doublers or something like that, but all these parts, they go away. And we'll get to the alt later on, and I'll show you how that grabbing more silver, like all of these crates will just be silver, 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 silver. And that's one way to collect silver, so you can level up with your blueprints when you do get them. Like, there's no written strategy on the hangar on this game, but I can assure you this is the way that all of the top players have taught me, so I'm passing down the information the best that I can. So let's start. Basically, we'll see what we get for prints. I think we still have a day or so, so I don't know if I'll open them all. And like normally during any other tiny crates and anything else is fair game to open, but I like to wait to at least the end of the flight pass, or especially the blueprint sale, before I open any crates. Okay, we'll get back to that 80 aircraft credits after we do the crate, and I'll show you what that does, how many more boxes we're going to extend medium crate wise at the end. Not a hot blueprint season, but it was for the squad event. We've got 1 or 2 blueprints there, and like I say, we're pretty much maxed out on blueprints, so it's not going to be too kind to us like it has been in the past, but we are racking up on tokens. You can never have too many mods. And that's one thing, if you're a new account, get you a 16 as soon as possible. Just pick your favorite jet that you're working with, and really highly suggest the F5, and push that thing to 16, and you'll get these extra things if you're not aware. Mod materials. And what mod materials and mod tokens do is when you go to your 20s and you want to add mods to it, of course you have your blueprint. Well, then you have all these mods. You have this first one that's improved targeting. I think it takes 2 of these tokens to go to the next level, so it's 5 levels each. You have this yellow one. This is disruptive flares. This next yellow one is faster flares, so it'll usually add a flare, and they come out super fast. The finishing guns, ideal maneuvering, which just kind of helps you roll around a little bit. It's not going to be like the Daredevil, or excuse me, this is Daredevil. Ideal is down here. Thrust is kind of like a fuel management. Acceleration, this is a few afterburners, streak armor, blast resistant, but these are very important. You want a bunch of these as your account matures. A lot of people you'll see in matches, in 20 matches, they don't have blueprints, or they don't have a token slot filled out, or it's not maxed out because they didn't play their hangar smart. They got too many jets at once. Didn't max out parts enough. So let's get back to this real quick. See if we get any kind of luck. Hopefully with a FGR print. And I think I will save some of these for tomorrow, just in case. Let's see what we got. Yeah, we'll save the rest for tomorrow. We'll go back to these. I don't know if it even makes a difference on that. It's just call it superstition. What works for you in the past works for you in the past. I think with MiG-19 is the one that I'm upgrading now. It's somewhere around a level 7. You need 20,000 parts or so, I believe. So I think that's the one I think the A4 or something like that may be the next thing I go 20 with. We're still not sure. We got to get to those aircraft credits and show you what that does. So you saw we emptied out our medium crates at the end there. So collecting these will put you over the limit of 1,000 aircraft credits. If you proceed, 40 of these will be converted into 4,000 season points. Okay. And this is fine because there's 1,000 aircraft credits there. I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to go. Down here in the quest, I still have credits to claim. So let's see how many extra that gave us. Medium crates. 8 medium crates. So doing that every time you get your flight pass, there's usually about 120, 140 credits in here, I think. You're going to massively advance on your flight pass, and more medium crates means what? Mod materials, silver, and especially these tokens. So that's pretty much what's going on with this one. Most all these 1 through 7s are still gathering parts. Everything 8 and above has all its parts. To go to 20. We've got 30,000. We can go ahead and craft this. I always like to say you never know when blueprints are. You can kind of guess, but it sneaks up on you. I mean, you can. I always 30,000 in the bank is where you have 0, or at least 20. I always like to keep 21,000 in there just in case the blueprint sale sneaks up on me. I've got 3 blueprints. 21. Excuse me. 8 times 3. 24. It's early in the morning, but we'll get there. I fly jets, don't do math. I was hoping we could max him out real quick. And then we'll move to the alt for new players and show you how to really keep a tight hangar. Powerful jets. It's just not gonna let me do it, is it? Max out. There we go. Okay. I'm not sure. Don't want to read too much into it. I'll just throw them on the FGR. Okay. So that should do it for that should cover about everything. Hangar strategy updated. What have we got going on in our hangar from the last time? And that's basically these are still the 1 through 7s are still gathering parts. The biggest difference is only the felon is 5-2, so take away 2, there's 3, so only need 2 blueprints to completely max it out, and it'll be done. What was the other one? The Raphael. It needs 3 more, and it's done, so these will go by pretty quick, and then we'll finally get to move these up into 8s, regardless of if they're gathering parts or not. But then again, some people like to fly 1 through 7, so we definitely got to get the MiG and the A4 out of there, but they are where they are for now. Like I say, if you these were placed at 12 beforehand. Now you want to keep things at 10 or 11 with the new plus or minus 4 system that they got there, because if you ever get this felon like in a 12, you could potentially pull 16s partied up. But like I tell people all the time, I used to have the M2K at 15, and you could run it up to 1,400 trophies, and you'd never pull a 20 or a 16. But as soon as you partied up with somebody, you were going to pull the Grim Reapers. It was the bad luck of it. So we'll switch to the alt next and cover what's going on there for newer players, and show you how to really keep a tight hangar to get to the max hangar of 20 without having to just level everything up. You can still have fun with you can still have your fun jets at and a lot of things, there's 2 of everything. It's like the MiG-31, I want to take it to 20. The Aardvark we'll keep down here at, it should be at 11, but we'll keep it at 12. There's nearly 2 of everything. So like the Frogfoot and the A10, we picked the A10 over the Frogfoot. Looking back, that was done because of elimination existed in the rotation, and the frog was just prime for that. And I already had the A10 a little high, so just where we were. But we'll be back.